Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's podcast episode where I'm talking about the sacral chakra through the lens of visibility. This is the third in a series of 9 about the chakras and visibility. So welcome. I'm really grateful that you're here. Now, I love talking about visibility and the chakras and intuition. It is just a beautiful, beautiful it's the chakras and visibility and intuition. It's all within us, and finding the way that works for us is absolutely perfect because it's our business. So we know what's right. Now, I'm not saying don't get advice from other people. That's definitely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make sure that you filter their advice through your intuition, your business's energy, because there's no cookie cutter system. And even though they may know your business really well, doesn't mean their advice is right for you. And especially in regards to visibility. I've seen it so often where people go, oh, look, just go and do a video. Don't care, just go and do it. Well, what if there's actually something for real that is actually stopping you being visible? Now, for me, my biggest thing was when I was working in the nursing field, the healthcare field, and I was starting my hobby, I wanted to talk about things. Yet we got an email from the registration board saying that we had to be really careful what we put on social media because they were watching everything. And there was a chance that if I put something that went against what the healthcare field believed in, then there was a chance I could be deregistered. So that brought up so much stuff. When I left the field and wanted to actually start taking photos, doing videos, all of that, it brought up so much stuff. Like, who's going to see it? Are they going to judge me? Am I going to say the right thing? Am I going to fumble? All of those things came up, and they may come up for you. That is totally okay if they do. Just checking. That's okay if they actually do come up for you, because it is one of those normal things. Just making sure my microphone's in the right place. Hopefully you can hear me. And it's one of those things that actually happen. Visibility is a huge thing, especially for those in the spiritual and creative fields, because, and this is just from my experience, there were so many things I was taught growing up that the spiritual and creative fields weren't like, fields that you can make money in. It's not like a normal business, all of that kind of stuff. And so I worked on it. And one of the best ways was the chakras. And that's why I'm talking about the chakras. Now, I've got notes up because I've been downloaded so much information, plus my clients, there's information from them. And so I do want to make sure that I'm staying on track, which is why I'm here. Because, of course, I can go off on little tangents because I love talking about this. So let's look at the sacral chakra. Now, the sacral chakra is the second chakra that is in your physical body. Now, of course, you can't see it with the physical eye because, number one, it's within you, but it's an energetic thing. So it's energy. And the cool thing is that you can work with these as much as you want and have them working for you. So I'm throwing out the traditional and I'm saying what is actually working for me and may work for you. You find what's right for you, including the chakras, because the traditional is a great space to start. Yet when you think about it, my body is different to your body. So how can the chakras be exactly the same for everybody? They can't. It is not possible. We are totally different people. Now, what I've been downloaded is, number one, communication. And people think communication is the throat chakra. Yes, except if you're not fully grounded within your body, which is what these lower chakras are about. The main theme is grounding in the lower chakras. How can you communicate from a space of being in your body? Because when you're not fully grounded, you're out here, which means your communication may not come out so well. That's where you can fumble. That's where you can feel that you're not the authority on what you do. And I am using the word authority. It's not ego. It means that you have a huge amount of knowledge, even if you may not think it, you have a huge amount of knowledge that you're then expressing. So when you're beautifully grounded within your body and you then come up through the heart and out through the throat chakra, less fumbling, less worrying about what you're saying. And even if you've been doing videos for a long time, like me, you still may have notes because, as I said, I don't want to go off on tangents. That is why the beautiful sacral chakra is so important with communication. Now, it's also about marketing. Now, marketing is literally putting yourself out there. So every single post, video, everything that you do is marketing. We think marketing is basically promoting ourselves. That is only a part of it. How can people understand what you do if you don't, share things? You might find a quote that you absolutely love. That quote is showing people that are seeing your stuff what you're about. That quote is showing your values and how you show up online. The tip that you give is showing them the same thing. Doing things like this is also marketing. Every single post is marketing because you're putting yourself out there and you're telling people what you're doing and how you're doing it and everything you believe in. Even the personal posts that you're doing. Like I've done a post on my pages recently about a little beautiful little puppy that I got. It's a toy, of course, but that's showing me, that's showing my personality come through, which is marketing, because I love a sense of humor. I love being, being funny, literally being funny. That is what people say about me. That's one thing they love, is that I bring laughter into things. And that is marketing. So think of visibility. Communication is marketing. That is you being visible. Marketing is everything you're putting out there, including the promotion posts. All of it is marketing, and that is you being visible. Now, another one is being visible. Having a support network around you actually helps you with your visibility, because you might have mindset stuff coming in and you can go to your support network and you can go, this is what's happening. Can you help me? And that support network may even be able to be around you energetically when you do a video, or even physically. Why not have people come and just be in the room supporting you as you're doing videos? What's the harm in that? Who says it's wrong? Because you might think, hang on, that's weird. No, you've got that beautiful people supporting you to do videos. Now, visibility is every single post you put out there, every single reel, every story, anything on social media, no matter where you are, it is all visibility. Because when people think of visibility, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Videos. No, everything you put out there is visibility. Think of the word visibility. Visible. Think about that. You go for a walk. What do you see? What are you able to visualize? That is why visibility is everything. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, because I want you to understand you're already being visible. You're already being visible. Yes, video is like the highest visibility, of course. Well, not quite the highest. Being in public speaking is probably the highest. Yet this is also being visible. It is also about being visible. And again, your posts, every single thing you put out there is being visible. So I want you to give yourself a pat on the back for being visible. You're already doing it. Now, in this beautiful chakra, we've also got creative expression. Now, this is why I love videos, because I am showing me. And for those hearing, you can still hear my voice. It is not monotone. You can hear the not inflections, but you can hear what is happening within my voice. It is not monotone. I'm not being like this, very boring, because I have passion for what I do, and that is coming through. That is one of my creative expressions, is this. And that's why your posts are also creative expression. They are showing you, and the world needs you. You may have wobbles at times. I do. I am really authentic and saying what's going on. I don't share everything, of course, because some things are just too personal and no one needs to know. Yet I still share that I'm, that there are times I have mindset wobbles, and I'm okay with that because I know it happens. Now, also, and this is interesting because it's being passionate about your business. And you can see in this video, I'm passionate. I love my business so much. And I have various ways of showing my business's energy coming through to me. I know it's there. I can see it without my physical eyes. I can see it. Yet I also have physical things that represent my business. And people think it's strange, and I don't care. I've got things like this. I've actually got 4 of these beautiful ones, 2 that are white, one that's rainbow, and one that's, I've got to show you this. It's so cute. So this is me being passionate about my business. Isn't it gorgeous? So gorgeous. This is me being passionate about my business. That is my business's energy coming through physically, because I'm really kinesthetic as well. Like, all my abilities are open, but kinesthetic is one of them. I love touching things. So when I'm touching that, I know that I'm really tapping into my business beautifully. So how are you showing passion for your business? How are you showing up and being passionate, showing people what you do and how you do it, and how you support them, whether you have one-on-one sessions, group sessions, or you're more, and a friend named it beautifully, it's asynchronous, not passive, because there is actually nothing passive about business. Even though you've created courses and everything that are more self-study, they are still not passive. You've got to market them. You can't just put them out there and go, I'm done now. You've still got to tell people what you do. You've still got to say, I've created this course. Here's a sales page. Go and have a look. And that is not passive. People think passive is creating it, putting it out there, and that's it. Income's just going to come in. So that's why I loved my friend Nate, calling it asynchronous, because that made so much sense. I might actually link in the description of the podcast, both wherever it is. I will put a link to that podcast episode of my friend, because it was just brilliant. So again, your beautiful passion. And also, we're talking about boundaries in this beautiful chakra. Now, boundaries start in the first chakra, which is the Earth Connection chakra. Go and have a look at the first video in the series. And we want to have boundaries around our visibility. Now, I have boundaries around a lot of things. My boundaries are firm but flexible. So that means if I've got energy at 6 o'clock in the morning, not so much now, sometimes I do, then I am going to do things and really use that energy beautifully. Yet other times, I know my energy is better at different times during the day. So I've set boundaries. If that is when my energy is great for creative stuff, then I'm going to do things like these videos. And I've set boundaries around a lot of things. I've set boundaries around showing up. Just releasing for somebody out there. Now, there was a problem with my Facebook page. I couldn't go live. It didn't matter. I still showed up. I still was visible. I did not let it worry me. So I set boundaries around my mindset on that, going, okay, that's happened. Who cares? Show up in other ways. That is what it's about. It's about boundaries around everything. So again, firm but flexible, because life happens and we need to be flexible with those boundaries to an extent. We don't want to be so flexible that people walk all over us and we just go, oh, whatever. We still want firm boundaries, but they can be flexible to change with life and to change with the cycles in our business. And this comes to visibility as well. There are cycles in our business. And when you have a look at the whole year of your business and you take notice of what's happened, you will then know what boundaries you need in place, because boundaries are really important. No matter what you think, boundaries are even more important in business. Really important. Now, again, in the chakra, it's about creating content, because this is one of the creative chakras. So it's creating content. This is creating content. How are you creating the content? What is your mindset around creating content? Is it, oh, I've got to create content today. What am I creating? Think about that. Putting yourself in a beautiful mindset first. If you've got really high, great energy, because your energy may be high, but it may not be great. Something to think about. Just because your energy is high doesn't mean it's great. The energy might be high and you might be all over the place. Whereas your energy could be high and you could be confident. So there's, like, it's really interesting that people think when your energy is high, of course it's great. Not always. So put yourself in a place where your energy is high and great, and then set the intention for creating content, and create content from that space. Because you can see, for those that are watching the video, but for audio, I've actually sat upright and there's like a smile to my face because I just feel so confident. My energy's high and I feel confident. And there is a real difference in your body when that happens. So if you're not in, trauma, in the actual like immediate trauma, or you're still not going through it, then tune into your body. I will say that if you're in that trauma and you're getting support for that, then really think about tuning into your body maybe later. I really want you to have that support. For me, there were things that I couldn't do because I needed to work through my trauma and I needed to talk. That's why I love talk therapy, because I'm a person who processes through talking, which of course why videos are so great for me. So again, creating content. Now, this is also the center of our subconscious mind. We think our subconscious mind is here, but it's also here because they've been discovering that our stomach is actually a brain. Now, yes, the sacral chakra is just under the stomach, but it's connected to the solar plexus. So, of course, you're going to have the subconscious mind there as well. And it's showing us the experiences that we've had from this life. So a belief may come up about visibility. Go in there and have a look. See what's going on. You may hear, you may know. Whatever your ability is that's coming through, and please don't let anyone tell you what your abilities are. Only you know what they are. Just a little rant. Because I've had a friend who actually had that happen to her. She knew what her strongest ability was, yet she had someone tell her that she was wrong. Hello, it's her body, it's her abilities. So think about that. What are the experiences from your life? They may be subconscious, and that's why being visible can come up. Now, thank you for actually listening to me. So I'm going to recap the things that this beautiful chakra about, which is the sacral chakra. It is above the root chakra and below the solar plexus, which is at the stomach area. It's in between those two. It's about communication. It's about marketing. It's about having a support network. It is also being passionate about your business. Like, you may be passionate about your business, but it may not show through, especially when you start doing videos. For me, when I first started doing videos, it was hilarious. It was so hilarious. It is also about boundaries, creating content, and being the center of our subconscious mind. Yes, we think it's up here. It is, but everything's connected. That's the beautiful thing. All these chakras are connected. So yes, our subconscious mind is here, but it can be anywhere else. Now, that's been this beautiful video in the series, and I really do appreciate you actually watching and listening and doing all the amazing stuff that you do to support me. Wishing you a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next video.